How's it going, guys? 1FO here, and today I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to make your own Roblox exploit GUI. So by the end of this video, you'll have a GUI that looks something like this, but completely customized with your own scripts and features and whatever else you want to put on it. And yeah, so this is really easy to get started out with, and all you're going to need is this link, which will be in the description, and this is going to be all the scripts that you're going to put on your GUI to make it work. And then I'm also going to have a link for Visual Studio Code. And this is completely optional. It's just going to help out a lot if you're new to this or if you're more experienced as well. So yeah, again, if you have Synapse X, it's basically the same thing, just anything that you can paste in code into. So once you have this open, just come over here to this link. And the first thing you're going to want to do is come over here and copy the load string. So this is going to be like the baseline for your GUI. So just click this button right here to copy it. Boom, paste it right here at the top. And that's the first step. Then click the enter key on your keyboard to go down one line. Come back over here to this page, and this should all be ordered basically step by step. So you just click this again, click the same button, copy it, paste it right here, but this time you can actually change it. So this title right here is going to be the title of your actual GUI, so I'm going to show you that right here. If I execute this, as you can see, it just says title. Of course, you don't want that, so you're going to have like your hub name or your script name there. So I'm going to call it YouTube example. Let's just do hub. Okay, there we go, YouTube example hub. And then here's your themes. So on the website, they're going to have this list. You could choose whatever theme you want. And I'm just going to like give you guys basically an explanation of what these are. So grape is going to be like a pinkish red. The blood theme is just obviously really red. Ocean is like purple. Midnight, I don't actually remember what this one is. Let's see what it looks like. Again, just paste it in here and then come to the game. So this one is going to be like a blue, do like that. And yeah, so there's a ton of different options. I think I'm going to go with ocean just because I've been using it for a while. It looks pretty nice. So paste in your thing right here. Ocean right here in your theme. So now that that's done, this is where you have an option. So if you're going to be making a script hub, which is going to be a script hub that has multiple games on it, then you're going to have to go like this and type if game dot place id space equals, and again, this is how you spell it. So if space game dot capital P in place, capital I ID, and the space, and then two equal signs, then a space, and then this is where you type in the game ID. So for example, if I was doing this random baseplate game that I found, you'd copy the ID, which is in the search bar. So again, if I was doing this other game, let's say Weapon Fighting Simulator, I'd copy this ID. So let's do that right here. And again, this is only if you're making a script hub. So if you're making a script that will like work for multiple games. But you can completely skip this part and just delete this whole code, but this is what you do. If it's this, then, and then now you just type in all the rest of your codes. So I'll explain the rest of that later, but I'm not going to be doing that if statement because I'm just going to be making a universal hub. So the next thing you want to do is come over here back onto this site, scroll down a little bit, and as you can see, these are the creating tabs part. So really simple, copy this, put it right here, and let's actually organize this. So put down a line, type 2 hyphens, the dash, main, just so that you can remember where it is in your lines. It's going to help out a lot. So right here, this is where you type in the name. So most people just use main, so I'm just going to type that right here, main, so local main. Don't forget that, main, and then right here, you're also going to type the same thing. So now if we execute this is what it's going to look like, just so you know. So this is what we're looking at, like the tab name. So if you want that to say like auto farms or teleports or something like that, that's where you do that. So that's what you do there. And then coming back over here, that's all you have to do for that. Now go down one more line, and this is where we're going to create a section. So copy this, paste it right below. And right here, this is going to be, again, you can name it whatever you want. Yeah, and I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, but I will be posting like the full source of the script that I made. So if you want to like skip this video, I guess you can do that, but I'd recommend you watch it so you understand more. So right here, section, I'm going to name this main section. And then for this right here, tab, you want to make sure that you change this to main. So main-new section, and then the section name is going to be whatever you want it to be. So that's going to be like what it looks like in here. So I'm going to do main again. Again, you can do this whatever you want. So here we go, main, And after every step, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like so you know what you're doing. So that's this right here. So for example, you'd have like auto farms and then main, and then you'd have your farm buttons below it. So that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so going back down 2 more lines just to keep this organized, I'm going to go like this and then come back over here. And this is where you're going to create your whatever you want to put underneath it. So you can either make a label of text, because you could just look through this, have some fun with this. Basically everything is like written for you. So you can do a toggle, which is what I'm going to show you after this. I'm going to do a button actually, a slider. You could do keybinds, so if you click a key, then it's going to do something. But I'm just going to come down here and click buttons. So that should be like right here, update button, create button. So just click create button, copy it right there, and then you just paste it directly here. And this is where you need to pay kind of close attention. You just want to type main section. So whatever the name you put here. So for like the second line right here, you want to make this the same. And then for new button, don't change that. Right here, this is where you can call it whatever you want. So the button text is just going to be literally the text that is on the button. So I'm going to make this say /front flip. So that's the script that I'm going to be putting in here. And then for button info, this is going to be your description if they click the 3 dots next to it. So I'm just going to say it makes you do gymnastics. So it makes you do gymnastics, and then you don't need to mess with anything else. That's just the description and then the title. And then here's where you put the script. So really simple. I'm gonna grab this script from my other screen right here. Okay, so here it is. So you can literally put any script that you want in here. It doesn't matter if it's like really long or really short or just a load string. As long as you do this, and if you don't know what I did there, if there's like you paste in the script here, it's going to put end over there. Just click enter key. So end should be right here in line with main section. So once you've done that, come back over here, go down like 2 lines, and this is where you're going to put like any other features that you want to put. Before I show you guys that, I'm going to copy this here, show you what it looks like. So here we go. Now you have this /front flip. If you click the 3 dots, it's going to have a description. And if I actually click this script, in the bottom right, in like 3 seconds, you'll see it. 3, 2, 1. There we go. FE flip loaded. And now I can like do front flips, back flips, whatever you want to do. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to delete this again, come back over here. And again, if you're on this website, you can literally choose anything that you want. So I could do like a toggle, which is what I'm going to be showing you. You can do a slider. I'll be showing you guys that later. You have keybinds, you have drop downs, which is going to be where it like drops down a menu with different options on it. You can also do a theme or colors for the options menu on your GUI. But yeah, so moving back up, that's all the options that are on here. I'm going to be doing a toggle, so creating toggles. It's like basically in the middle of here. Just click this, click copy, and make sure you're not doing updating because we're not going to be doing that for this video. So click this, paste it right here. And then again, change this to whatever the name you have right here. So whatever you did for your button or whatever is above this, you want to make sure that you change the name to exactly that. So I'm going to type main section, or again, whatever you typed here. And then for this new toggle, don't change that. And then here's where you can make it say whatever you want. So I'm going to be doing superhuman just because that's really simple to do. So it's going to be walk speed and jump power. So I'm going to say go fast and jump high. Just really simple description so they know what they're doing. And don't change anything else after that. So here we go. These are your 2 scripts. So the first one is going to be when it's checked, and then the second one is going to be when it's unchecked. So for this, I'm going to be doing a simple script. I'm not going to type this all out. I'm just going to paste it for you. So this is going to be walk speed. So walk speed is your, So walk speed is the obviously speed that you walk, and then jump power is how high you jump. So once you have that, this is what's going to happen when you check it. And then you want to put what it's going to do when it's unchecked. So when they disable it, and of course any normal person would want it to go back to what it was when they disabled it. So I'm going to do walk speed 16, which is the default walk speed, and then 50 jump power, which is the default jump power. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to execute this in the game. Really simple. Paste this in here. And now this is what it's going to look like now that we have our button. So I'm walking normal. I check this, we go really fast, we can jump high, and then I disable it, and now we're back to normal again. So yeah, pretty cool. I think you guys get how that works. You could do that with pretty much anything. You can make it like change your clothes, you could make it like, make you fly or anything else. So again, all of this stuff is just a complete like example. You could just copy and paste anything from here or anything from the website and just go off of that. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding another button. So basically the same thing. If you want to, you can literally just copy and paste the button. So that's what I'm going to do. Just go down a couple lines. And for every button that you add, you don't really need to change anything. As long as you're just copying and pasting it from the earlier parts of your code, you could just do that. So main section doesn't change. And now I'm going to put in the infinite yield load string. So I'm going to copy that from over here really quick and then put it right in here. So there we go. And again, I click the enter key so that I make sure end is in line. So just take a look at this really quick. Your toggles should have main section, then if, then else, then end, then end. So nothing should be like this or like this or something like that. So keep it all in line. And then there you go. That's your second button. Oh, I forgot to name it. So right here, I'm going to name this infinite yield. And then if they don't know what infinite yield is, I'm going to describe it right here. So it's fe admin commands. So fe admin commands. I'm going to come back in the game now. Here we go. Execute. Again, you don't need SynapseX for this at all. This GUI will run with like JJSploit. So yeah, here it is. Click infinite yield and it loads up in the bottom right. So now we could do whatever we want. We could fly, basically do anything. Okay, so that's basically all like the basic stuff that you can do. So do whatever you want there. And now I'm going to be showing you how to do some stuff like sliding and toggling and just different buttons and stuff. So everyone's GUI always has to have a walk speed and jump power slider. It's just everyone has that. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Come down like 3 things. This is going to be our new section. So you're going to do dash dash and then do player or local player. And then here we go. Just do the exact same thing you did up here. If you want to copy and paste it, you can. But I'm going to come back over here to the website so you can see where it is. So right here, creating a UI library window. You don't need this. Go right down below, create a tab. So copy this, creating tabs, paste it right below here. And then here you're going to want to name this. So I'm going to name it, let's just do local instead of main like we did up here. I'm going to name this player. So here we go. Player. So local player equals window new tab. So new tab, you don't need to change that. But for the tab name, you can make this whatever you want. I'm going to call it local player. So there we go. We have local player, or actually just player probably because people know what that means. And then here you come back over here, find a section. So creating section, click this, boom, copy it, go down 1 and paste it. And now you have this. So I'm going to name this section. Let's just call it player. This is going to be our player section. And then for right here where it says section, you want to name this player section. And again, pause here. Everything that I'm typing in these 2 boxes, these boxes, you can change it to literally whatever you want. If you wanted to, if you can remember it, you could just like type this, literally make it anything you want. You could just spam your keyboard. But yeah, so pretty cool stuff. All of this is literally customizable. You don't need to like follow along completely. Okay, so now we're going to add some stuff to this menu. This is going to be our second tab. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let's go back in the game. So here we go. We have our main tab. And then if you go down 1, we have our player tab. And oops, I forgot to do one more thing. So right here where you see it says tab, you actually want to change this to whatever text that you used right here. So I have local player, which is going to be the one right below here. Remember that. So you want to replace the text that says tab to the text player or whatever else you put for the name. And then now we can test it out. Let's see if this works. Well, it's going to work. Let's see. Boom. Now we have player and then we have our section that says player. So yeah, there we go. That's basically all you have to do for this. So now we can add whatever we want to it. So go down 2, boom, boom. And then now you can type in anything you want. I'm going to be showing you a slider. So scroll down a little bit. Let's create a slider. So copy creating sliders. Again, you could do whatever you want. You could do a button if you want to. Paste it right here. And then this is where you want to put the text of whatever section that you have. So where it says player section for me, I'm going to type player section here. Player section, new slider, you don't need to change that. And then walk speed is what I'm going to type here. So I'm going to put walk speed. And then slider info is going to be like, again, the info if they click the 3 dots. So I'm going to make it say just like speed, just so that they know what it's doing. Let's do something like 500 and then 16 because no one wants to have 0 as their minimum walk speed. And yeah, so as you can see, it actually tells you right here. So maximum value is 500. So on the left is going to be like the maximum of what it is. And then the right is going to be the minimum. So let's test this out right now. Come back over here into our game, paste it in, go to the player tab. And then as you can see right now, we're walking completely normal. And then of course you slide this to the right. Let's go to like 184. And now we're really, really fast. We could do 500 even, go back down to 16. And you get the idea. So that's our walk speed, and now I'm going to do the jump power. So I'm going to go down 1, or let's actually go down 2, copy and paste this. And again, this is only if you're doing what I'm doing. So player section, new slider, change this to jump power. So let's do that, jump power, and then I'll just type jump high. And then let's do, for this, 516 wouldn't make sense. So let's do like 550. I think the 500 should be lower. Let's do like 350. So if you're wondering, 50 is the default jump power, and then 16 is the default walk speed. So here we go. Come back in, execute it, and now we have our walk speed bar. We can go fast. We have our jump power bar. Oops. Yeah, you have to come back here. I forgot to change this. You have to change this to jump power. So of course, you don't want to change your walk speed, you want to change your jump power. So now let's re-execute this. See how it works. Boom, executed. And now we have our jump power. So we can jump really high, we can walk really fast. And then if you want to reset it, you just go back down to the normal ones. And if you want to be like extra fancy, you can actually copy a button from over here. So I'm going to copy this button, bring it down. And I'm going to name this player section, because that's what we have on all of our other things. And then right here, I'm going to make this say reset walk speed / jump power. And then this will say resets to all defaults. And then right here, I'm just going to type these two things. So for the first one, I'm going to do the walk speed, and then I'm going to do the jump power. So walk speed equals 16, jump power equals 50. And then now when we come over here, paste this in, there's going to be a button right below that. So let's see what happens. Player, reset walk speed, jump power. So right here, we're going really fast. If we click this, boom, we're back to normal. So it's going to be pretty useful if you're trying to like help people out. So yeah, there we go. We have that. And then now that's like all I'm going to add for the player tab, just because keep it simple. Let's go down 3. I'm going to do other. So this is going to be your third tab. So like we have main, we have player. This is going to be your third one. So whatever you want to name it, just put that right here. Again, anything that's green, like if you put 2 dashes in front of it, that's going to make it not executed. It's just like your own little notes in the code. But if they're like getting in your way or something, I guess you can delete them. Oops. Let's delete this. Delete this. Okay, there we go. Looks a lot better now. So we can go other. Let's go down 1. And then here's where you can put whatever you want. I'm just going to put like some buttons or something. So let's copy right here. I'm going to copy the same code that I put for local player, paste it right there. But this time I'm going to call this other. So there we go. We have other. And then I'm going to name this other section. And then I'm going to name this other. So just pause here, check this. As you can see, everything that's player is other. So every word where it says player is other. So if you're sorting this out how I am, you should have main, player, other, or like for example, auto farms, credits, teleports, something like that. So right here, go down 2, and this time you're going to want to change this to whatever else you have. So I'm going to make it other and other. And here we go. This is what it looks like in the game. Execute it. So now we have main, player, other, and other. Okay, so now you can add literally anything that you want from the site. So again, you could do a slider, you could do a button. Actually, we haven't done a button for a bit. I'm going to do another button. So I'm going to type in here. Let's just copy our button code. So right here, we have our new button. So anything that you have a new button, you could just copy it, paste it right there. So I'm going to do other section. Again, the first text before like anything that you're going to add onto this section has to be the same text as the name of the section. So like just to put it simply, like as you can see, this says other section right here. So this should also say it. And then again, this is going to be your title. So I'm going to make this called chat spoofer, which is one of my favorite scripts to troll with. Okay, so here we go, resets. I'm gonna change this. It's gonna be your description. Lets you chat for other people. That's literally what it does. And then here you go. This is where you're gonna type in the script. So I'm gonna bring that over here. Put your script in here. And then the end should be right there. So it should look exactly like this. And then let's test this out. So copy it all. Go in the game. And here we go. Let's see what it looks like. So we have our main. We have all this stuff. We could do player. We have our walk speed. Just testing everything out. Jump power. Reset it. Then on our other tab, if we click this, boom, it opens up our chat spoofer script. And if you're wondering what this script is, if you type this, I could type like hi, and then the name could literally be Roblox, and then the spoof message could be everyone is getting Robux, and then here we go, send. And now it looks like Roblox said it in the chat. So pretty fun to troll around with, and it actually doesn't even show like the name tag above your head. Yeah, really fun. But that's all we did on the others tab. So I'm gonna add like one more thing. So let's do this right here. Copy and paste this. I'm just gonna do another button. I'd actually recommend you to do a toggle for this, but I don't know if I have a script that can toggle. So don't change anything for this because you're on the same section. And then right here, I'm gonna type, oops, let's do bypassed fly. And again, this is where you'd literally add any script that you want. So for lets you chat for other people, and do bird mode. Here we go, you're flying. And then here's the script. So let me copy this, paste it right here. There we go. So now we have our script right here, and then end is one tab behind. So don't forget that. Because basically what that means is that you're ending like from up here. So this is the code, and then it's ending. I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, so Control A, Control C. Let's copy this into our game now. See how it looks. So now we have everything over here. We have our main, we have our backflips. We could do some backflips. Superhuman. Oops. Come on, get me up. Okay, superhuman, we're really fast. We could jump high. We could disable it. We have our infinite yield button. Player. Other. And then now if we click this, bypass fly. I don't even remember what the keybind is for this. But yeah, so that's all the stuff that there is in this script. And of course, you can add whatever else you want. You can expand this. You could copy and paste it. You could do whatever you want with it. But yeah, so that's all that I'm going to add for this. It's actually really short. We only got like 58 lines in. So now if you want to delete it, see how short this is. It's actually like probably like 40 something lines. But yeah, so pretty cool. And again, if you're trying to do a script hub, I'm going to show you that right now. So what you want to do is do up here, you want to type if game.placeID space equals, and then this is where you type in your ID. So I'm going to do this game, type this in here, and then it's going to type in like everything that's over here. And then at the bottom of everything that we just did, you type right here. So scroll down and then type right here at the very bottom, else if, and then game.placeID equals, and then here do you put your other game. So I'm going to do, what was the other game we had? It was Weapon Fighting Simulator. So paste this right here, equals that. And then this is where you'd like take a break, put it down a little bit, and then put your second script. So let's copy all of this again, but this time I'm going to name it something else. So redo everything that you just did over and over again, however much time you want to do it for. And then if you did that, you want to highlight everything that's in this code. So above the else if, highlight all this right until it's below the if, and then click the tab key. So there we go. We brought everything forward and now it's an if, and then else if, they're connected. So now you want to do the same thing with the second one, tab forward, and then right here at the bottom, you'd click end, or oops, end. So there we go. Now I'm going to change this to say, instead of YouTube example hub, it's going to be called weapon hub. I don't even know if that's the name of the game. Yeah, weapon fighting. So here we go. Let's execute this whole script directly into here. Paste. Okay. So I did forget to tell you guys one more thing. You want to type this right here. So where it says like if then, you want to go all the way back over here to where you said else if. So right here, else if, then, and then you do that. And I'm actually going to delete this because that's kind of useless. You don't want it to have if in the then. So I hope you guys understand that. And then yeah, so this should work now. Let's test it out. Always need a troubleshoot. Here we go. Paste it in. Check for any errors. We have no errors, so let's paste it. Then there we go. So we have everything that's same that it was. And actually, let's leave this game and go into Weapon Fighting Simulator now. And it should, if we did this right, it's going to execute a different script now that says Weapon Hub. So instead of it saying YouTube example hub or whatever I did, let's execute it again. Execute. Now it says Weapon Hub. If you want to add like loading screens and all that stuff, I'm sure there's like plenty of tutorials on that. But this is like the basics of how you start off making your own GUI. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And again, this whole code will be in the description. So yeah. And if you want to, you can subscribe, like the video. And as always, peace.